Welcome to Lit Pisces. This is a 3 card spread that I'm doing. I've never done this before on my channel, so it's been interesting and fun to say the least. Either way, we're doing your current situation, like where you are now, your current energy, the challenge that you may be facing at this time, or potential challenge that you may encounter, and some advice for spirit. So let's get into your reading, Pisces. I'm starting with this oracle card. Whoa, whoa. Okay, we had 2 flip over, but I just want one. Okay. Just one oracle. Vulnerability. What are you really feeling, Pisces? It gives water, energy, because feelings and emotions are water. What are you really feeling? Vulnerability. So let's go to the book. We come to this planet to feel deeply, but it takes courage to do so. What are you really feeling? Vulnerability is a superpower, it's radical trust mixed with truth and an open heart. We associate vulnerability with the energies we want to avoid, such as fear, shame, and uncertainty, and we are afraid we will be seen as weak when showing our vulnerable selves. But vulnerability is also how we access joy, belonging, creativity, and authenticity and love. Not only are we afraid of being vulnerable with others, we may not even be able to be vulnerable, radically truthful with ourselves. This card is not asking you to go out and announce that you are wounded. There is absolutely a time and place for vulnerability. Vulnerability fosters good emotional and mental health. Vulnerability also is a sign of courage. We become more resilient and brave when we embrace who we truly are and what we are feeling. Vulnerability allows us to show our true feelings in ourselves, excuse me, show our true feelings in our safe friendships and safe love relationships, which are important to create lasting bonds with others. This card is asking you to consider being honest with yourself or others about how you are really feeling, Pisces. It may be time for you to acknowledge something that you haven't let yourself fully explore. Can you share what is on your mind and heart first with yourself and possibly with others as well? And if you are in relationships where you can't be authentic, are they truly serving you? Is the question to be asked. Affirmations today. I show myself as I really am. My vulnerability empowers me and brings more joy and love into my life. When I let down my defenses, I invite others to do the same, and we both feel more valued and secure. Today, I show myself as I really am. My vulnerability empowers me and brings more joy and love into my life. When I let down my defenses, I invite others. Okay. To do the same. And we both feel more valued and secure. So that was your message from Oracle deck for you, Pisces. Spirit is asking you to look into that, and you take that as it resonates for you. Okay, Pisces. So I'm going to pull 3 cards, place them face down. I'm intuitively pulling them from the deck. Okay, and I'll flip them over when we reach each topic. Okay. And advice, Holy Spirit. Okay. Currently, you are something about giving and receiving, reciprocation here. This could be between you and yourself, your higher self, the divine. This can be in a connection with someone else. This is about definitely reciprocity in giving and receiving. Figure eight here that standing out. It's like an ongoing cycle that isn't broken, doesn't end, of proper giving and receiving, balance. Six is harmony, balance, choice. Pentacles can be something tangible. It could be within yourself as far as like your health goes, your finances. Okay. The Knight of Wands flew out to clarify the Six of Pentacles. Energy. So currently you are in some type of, this is awesome. This is awesome. You may be in a connection here where you're finding it challenging, Pisces, to, well, we haven't even reached the challenge, but let's say it's a little burdensome to you, or it may be hard work, or it may be extra responsibility for you to give your energy. That could be finances is energy, your any part of you to a connection. I'm seeing this as being two different people. It's just the energy is giving me right now. Someone is giving to someone else, but it's reciprocated. And I'm taking this Knight of Wands as energy. Okay. It's passion, inspire action, um, and like a fearlessness, okay? And look, underneath the Ten of Wands is the Six of Pentacles from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So that's a confirmation here. Something about sharing, giving, receiving, generosity. You're doing it, but it's like challenging for you. And it has something to do with your level of vulnerability. Do you feel safe in this connection? Do you feel like it's being reciprocated back? Can you trust the situation, Pisces? I'm hearing. Let's see what the challenge is for you, love. There is some fears around this. I know I just mentioned something about um vulnerability. What are you really feeling? These I've been loving these readings. I'm glad Spirit led me to do these. It's really helping me to grow, even in reading spreads where each position has its own meaning. I really don't do a lot of spreads, but I'm liking this. Either way, there's some fear here, Pisces. Anxieties. You're worried about something, okay? Now, this is a challenge that you are currently experiencing, or it's something that you're going to find yourself soon experiencing, okay? I'm sensing that you don't feel secure or safe in something where you're reciprocating your energy. With the six being here, balance, harmony, choice. Something may be out of balance. I did see the Justice card, Libra energy. Clarify the Nine of Swords. But this, look, it could be in a romantic partnership. The lovers popped out here. It's causing you some stress, Pisces, either now or in the future. Gemini energy. Okay. Pisces, here you are. Bottom of the deck. Hangman. The challenge. So we have the Fool underneath the Hangman. And I feel as though you're taking a pause here on stepping out, and the Fool speaks of faith, blind faith. The Hangman energy is letting go and surrendering. In a love connection here or some type of partnership, we have the 6 here again, which speaks of harmony, balance, choice. There is something within a connection, quite possibly a marriage or a love connection. And this is intuitive because the lovers doesn't always have to be speak of a relationship, but that's what I'm sensing here. Like I said, can be between you and your higher self, but with the energy that I'm seeing surrounding this and what the vulnerability card spoke of, the challenge is for you to express what you are really feeling to this other person in this connection, or identifying that within yourself and breaking it down, unpacking it. Because something here has Pisces not feeling comfortable in this connection, and it has something to do with the reciprocity. Okay. Advice from Spirit: protect your energy. Remember, the 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving, that is the situation that you may be currently involved in of energy. The first word on this card is energy. Okay. This is the Knight of Wands. That's the way I received it. Okay. So the 7 of Wands speaks of you protecting your energy. And this is what Spirit is advising you to do. Tune in, Pisces, and first, get real with yourself. What am I really feeling? Look at the light shining in the sacral chakra of this person in this meditative stance pose, here. And for me, it's tuning into that inner part of you, right? Because first you have to be clear about it within yourself, and then you are able to properly articulate that to another person. All right, Pisces. It's also speaking of standing your ground. 7 of Wands. I feel as though you've been given the information you need to come correctly to this decision of feeling uncomfortable in a situation or feeling like you're getting the short end of the stick or whatever the case may be, right? I believe that you rightfully so feel that way. So make sure you're not selling yourself short, not demanding what you rightfully deserve. This could be even in a work situation because we have the Pentacles here. This could be at work. You may feel like you're being underpaid for the work that you give out. And it's bothering you. It's worrying you, babe. Like, because a job is a union, a partnership. Clarify the 7 of Wands. You make this message resonate, the way your situation, Ace of Cups. So Spirit is saying, with you protecting your energy as advice and standing your ground, that listening to your intuition in this situation. And we have marriage here again with the Ace of Cups. Initial, first, middle, last could be W, but also there needs to be some loving communication had here. There needs to be the sharing of the feelings, because the cup speaks of emotions of water. We have the 8 of Wands energy, which is some type of Could be back and forth communication. This can represent some type of travel as well, but it's movement, it's speed, it's giving me back and forth communication of the emotions, how I'm really feeling, because the Ace of Cups can speak of intuition, right? And also, you protecting your energy is you showing yourself self-love, Pisces. So love, listen, you're not in the wrong here. As far as like, I don't see any maliciousness here. It's just this isn't sitting well with you, the situation, even if it's a situation with a boss. Hey, sometimes we gotta sit down and speak to our bosses. I mean, I did that one time, and I came looking for a raise because I was doing a lot. I was offered a promotion to get the raise. Yeah, I mean, they valued me because I was a hard worker. And instead of just giving me a raise, hey, we're gonna give you a little bit more work and then, pay you for that. And I'm like, well, okay. It worked out for me in the end though. But you might need to sit down with your boss, have a conversation. You may need to sit down with a spouse, a loved one, a partner, life partner. Um, be truthful, speak from your heart. First, tune in, tap in, and see what's really going on internally with you, though. Be vulnerable with yourself, and this will allow you to be vulnerable with others. But you are protected here because I feel like that protection um, or feeling safe, like if this is a safe space, is an issue for you. Maybe, at work, sometimes we are concerned about bearing our souls to our higher ups because it may be a chatty place where people gossip and, chit chat. I've had bosses that will tell personal business when people have confided in them. And, I don't know if that's a situation you're going through. Um, but before you put yourself out there, you do want to tune in and listen to what Spirit has to say. Do you feel led to share if this is a safe space? Maybe a safe space can be created, and maybe you can voice that, like, is it safe for me to speak on how I feel? I don't want to have to hear this again in another conversation or coming out of the mouth of someone else. But that's what I see for you, love. This was a beautiful message. It was not challenging for me to interpret the message. It was clear cut for me. I pray it resonated for you, was able to get something out of it. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, become a flame. I'm building and growing over here. And not just that, please look at your other signs for your other placements. Everyone is done except for the air signs. I'll begin to the air signs tomorrow. I'll begin to the air signs tomorrow. And until next time, Pisces, mwah, love and light.